Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name's Keeks, and welcome to podcast number 32 on the 23rd of the 11th, 2015. I'm joined tonight once again by Xenon.
I'm always here. Don't get rid of me.
And we have our resident Ripple.
Yeah.
Is that how we reference him now? Is the resident Ripple?
The resident Ripple.
It's a resident Ripple. I thought it sounded cool. We're also joined by a special guest, a friend of mine, Brownie.
Hello.
Hello, Brownie.
He's very, very energetic.
Yeah.
He's got that high energy intro that I like.
He does.
Yeah.
I need to tone it down a bit, Brownie.
No, be quiet.
You're drowning everyone else,
Make
Brownie.
cool.
Before we get started, I will mention that you might have noticed we have a new intro.
It was
Yeah,
short
I
and
didn't
sweet.
notice.
Hardcore.
It is short and sweet. Now,
Kinda
this
like-
was actually made for us by somebody named Matt, who goes by True Key. He had a bit of a Reddit post looking to open up his profile or open up his portfolio, looking for people who might want a podcast. So I messaged out to him, and he, after quite a bit of debating, or quite a bit of talking and going backwards and forwards about what we wanted, because it's very hard to describe what you want in text when it comes to
So,
music.
what you were debating en masse, is what you're saying.
Yes,
Yes.
debating on that.
I see what you're doing. I see it.
See what I did there?
But anyway, he made us this
Super
lovely
easy.
new intro, which is made especially for us.
Mhm.
You can look at his stuff if you go to SoundCloud, look up True Key, Truekey. I believe there is a link in the description.
There'll be a link in the doobly-doo. If you don't see it, reload this page.
Yeah, he was originally a music teacher who is now turned, or attempting to turn, professional. I guess he's looking to do like game scores or podcasts or just sort of that indent music. But yeah, check him out. He does some really good music. I was actually surprised somebody who was looking for random people for free on Reddit. I looked at his stuff, and he's actually really, really good at what he does.
I like the intro
So
very
anyway,
much.
thank you, Matt. Thank you,
I quite
True
like
Key, for
the,
making us an intro.
Quite like the artwork on his page. It's very, very interesting. There's a
Yes.
dragon.
No, he's a lovely dude, and he was very helpful. He put up with my constant saying, "Yeah, it's not quite what we're after." So, yeah, but we got there at the end. Anyway, you'll also hear some of his music at the end of the podcast.
Yes, we have an intro and an outro. We're getting technical
yes.
now. It's all coming together.
Right, moving up in the world, tier 2 now. We are probably the premier podcast of Australia by now.
Possibly Australia's premier gaming podcast. Possibly.
Possibly.
I think that's our official
Yeah,
title.
take that.
Or at least,
Officially-
uh,
Possibly Australia's premier
Or at least-
podcast. Gaming podcast, probably.
Yeah, take that under game podcast. We love you though if you're listening. I realised you added me on Twitter. Love you.
Who added you on
Anyway.
Twitter?
I can't remember his name now, but one of the hosts of the Game Under podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember you saying. Cool. All right. Well, shall we get on with it?
We shall. Let us enter the domain of gaming news.
Let us enter the dragon. So, if you've got any questions, tweet them to us at KeegsKegel or at Xenon_ST during the podcast, or leave a comment below. Or you can leave a comment in the chat thing, and that's a good place to ask us questions as well while the podcast is ongoing. So, shall we? Do you guys have anything you want to discuss before we get right into the headlines? Anything happened this week of note?
Anything of note? Well, I've mainly been Fallout 4.
Oh, that's
My
right. You
life
purchased
for
Fallout
the
4.
Last 5 days.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know whether we want to discuss that now or wait until the end.
How
do you feel?
let's.
Surprise me.
I don't know, Keeks. What do you think? Do you have
Leave
anything
it
you want to
till-
discuss?
We'll probably leave it till the games we're talking about, I guess, because
Okay.
games we've been
Yeah.
playing. Because I think we've all got some new games we've been playing.
Well, some of us have.
Well, I don't. People does. Sure, Barry's got something
Like-
we haven't played. It's probably some hentai thing.
Don't be rude.
Alright, let's start off with the headlines. Dead or Alive Extreme 3 has tan lines and bikini slips, but only if you have the PS4 version. Having said that, it's only on PS4 and PS Vita. So
Yeah, well, PS Vita's dying anyway.
the Vita doesn't have enough graphical processing power to have tan lines and bikini slips.
No tits and ass
Just for
Vita.
what?
It's a more wholesome product,
no,
really, isn't it?
So
No
there's
wardrobe
no
malfunctions
bikini.
on Vita.
That's right. I was gonna say either they cover up or there's something wrong.
Isn't the
Yeah,
Dead or
I-
Alive the franchise? So there's the Dead or Alive fighting game, which I think is called something like Dead or Alive.
Or Dead or Alive. It's all the same, mate. It's all
Dead
the
or
same thing.
Alive Fest. No, that's not it. That's the
there's
name of the
volleyball.
game. No, the Dead or Alive Extreme is the volleyball. Dead or Alive 5 Last Round is the game previous to this one. But they're in two separate sort of arcs.
You can't-
So
You can't call a game last round and then come up with a new game called the same thing.
well, what's happened is they made the Dead or Alive game, and then I think as a joke they made the Dead or Alive volleyball game called Dead or Alive Extreme or some shit like that. Which I
Volleyball
think
game?
turned out to be a lot more popular than the actual Dead or Alive series. But they've kept on going with the Dead or Alive series, and they're at Dead or Alive 5. And
It's because it's so popular because it's a dating game plus a volleyball game with big hentai boobs.
is it a dating game? I thought it was just a sports game.
Yeah, because you've got to try and get them on your team, and by doing that, you have to like chat to them. You got to buy them presents. You got to do all this.
Oh
It's
my
basically a dating game
God,
with volleyball mixed in.
that sounds like a lot of hard work.
So I just put that into. I just put Dead or Alive volleyball into Google Images. I'm
Good.
getting the PS Vita version. It's not okay.
No,
Yeah, let's put
there's
PS4 in
there's
there.
no bikini slips or anything. That's ripped off.
There's nothing on there. It's very disappointing.
Ugh. And you know what you need to do? You need to put in Dead or Alive R34.
Wow, 34.
R34.
Wow, 34.
You don't need to. There's mods to probably make it good anyway.
Hang on, I gotta look this up. Wait a minute.
Yeah, there's still nothing particularly interesting. Maybe.
Are we doing it Google
Wait,
image
have I done
search?
the right
Oh,
one?
Rule 34. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
see
there
what
we
you
go,
did
there
there.
we go.
Rule 34.
Ooh.
Oh my God, I'm glad I
Hold
didn't
on.
put this on the bloody broadcast screen.
Yeah, don't put that.
I was about to
probably
just do it
shouldn't
and
have
go, oh, we'll just stick it up on the screen. Oh my God.
Yeah. We shouldn't,
There's a lot of brony stuff in here. Have you noticed?
There's always brony stuff and everywhere.
Rule 34.
As soon
right?
as things go taboo, bronies come up.
Oh my God.
My Little Pony has ruined this fucking generation.
Oh, there's an image for a Kiba strip. We played that. Do you remember that?
It's like a actually.
For a what?
It's where we had to
that's when we gotta
punch
beat the
clothes
shit
off
out of
people.
Punch
Oh,
clothes off
that's
people.
right. Yeah,
Like a normal Saturday night.
that was a weird game.
It was a weird game. Oh dear.
It seemed like it should have been a good idea. It wasn't a good idea.
So getting back to Dead or Alive Extreme 3. I like how they put Extreme with an X. There's no E. Just like Extreme 3.
Well, that makes it
Dead or
way
Alive,
more
this
extreme.
is the whole game, right?
Sorry?
Yeah.
It's not just a
Yeah, it's-
volleyball game, right?
It's
There's
other
there's
sports
a
as
few
well,
other things.
but it's mostly volleyball. I think it's mostly water sports, so they can all get wet.
It's mostly boobs. Come on, mate. It's boobs. That's what it is.
Right.
That's what it's sold as, and they understand that, and that's what they're going with.
So I looked up the Wikipedia for this, and that's a pretty dry page. There's not a lot on it, except for this bit. The PlayStation 4 version of the game is to feature an improved breast physics engine from Dead or Alive 5 called Soft Engine 2.0, with the PlayStation Vita
Right.
version using Soft Engine Lite. The PS4 version is also going to be compatible with the PlayStation VR headset system.
Dead or
What?
Alive is generations in front of everybody else when it comes to physics.
What,
They are the pinnacle of bounce right now.
They have dedicated
Imagine
teams.
that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that product? Like, what do you call it? The pitch at the start of the game. to all.
Oh, to the developers.
yeah.
I don't think they really need to pitch it. They're just like, yeah, this is going to make X amount of money. They were like, yeah, go ahead and do it.
Could you imagine the software team that have gotten the email saying, "Look, we need a new boobs engine. Like, we're just not getting the bounce we need." Like, all right, so we're bringing out Dead or Alive Extreme 5. They're going to be wearing sports bras. We need something that's really going to get in people's faces, if you know what I mean.
The thing is, you know that they're all like standing around a monitor, 10 of them, they're going, they need to be bouncy.
I don't think they're bouncy enough.
They're all sitting there, inspecting, giving comments.
I imagine them sitting around a conference table. There's a guy standing at the conference table in front of a whiteboard going, "Our current breast physics engine will not take it. We need to revamp this shit."
He's standing around
We
a
have-
PowerPoint as well.
We've reached maximum breast levels. The engine can't take it much more.
Take it
I'm
more.
I'm just imagining the crappy PowerPoint that the guys put together with all like the zooms and all the different bits. That'd be amazing.
I can imagine the awkward moment where like your mate comes over and he's looking through your games. He's like, "Oh, you got Dead or Alive Extreme 5." Like, yeah, you want to play it? He's like, "No."
No.
No.
This is a game you play alone
Yeah,
on your own
it's like-
with the lights off.
Yeah. So what you mean, like versus? Yeah, you want to play versus? No.
No.
Do you have another console? I can play in a different room. Converse online.
Its genre is a fighting game. I don't think that's true.
Well,
Or when you've got the banter of like there is fighting as well. When you've got the banter and
It's
the
like-
same like
It's like
his missus
saying-
walks in and they're both playing, whatever it is, Extreme Fighter 5. It's like, "Oh, I just knocked your bikini off." His missus walked in, going, "What?"
I can see your ass tan lines.
saying Tekken is a
Yeah.
cuddle game.
Struggle
Yeah, nice
snuggles.
tan lines, bro. Thanks, bro. You nearly got me down. Fuck, that bounce is amazing.
Dear, oh dear.
Anyway.
Oh, the other thing I read about this was that it was originally only going to come to exclusively to Asian markets, probably mostly to Japan. But there were protests from fans, and so they said, "We're going to make a version adjusted for America if the demand is high enough." And they started a change.org petition.
Wow.
How do they adjust it? That's the question.
There's less tentacles. That's what.
Well, you know what it is. I reckon they'll turn off the tan line and wardrobe malfunction features.
The malfunctions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'd have to be rated higher for it to be full nudity. From the pictures that I saw in my extensive research, there was only like
extensive research for days.
It was only like bikini bottom just falling down a bit, so you can see tan lines.
It's pretty
or
tame.
Like a strap of a bikini top just like falling off the shoulder. Like it wasn't tits everywhere or anything like that.
It's no Witcher 3 fucking on top of a unicorn, is it?
No, certainly not.
Did I just
Not
hear
that
Ross, what I
majestic.
heard? I was
You did.
I was
Shush.
only half paying attention. I'll come back.
Witcher
to-
3 fucking unicorn. What?
Right. Okay. So download Witcher 3.
A
Okay.
unicorn mod.
Yeah. Well, I presume that's a horse, but I like to think it's a unicorn. They're more phallic, you see.
More
Horses
phallic.
complain too.
So
More
the
majestic that way.
So the release date for Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Fortune is 25th of February 2016. For those who are interested.
Oh, that's so far
No.
away. Oh,
Oh, Simo
This is a
ZX
bit-
Gaming says this is his new favourite podcast. Oh,
Hello, new favourite.
thank you, Simo. Simo's. Is it Simo or Simo's? I'm not sure it's Simo's X Gaming or Simo
That-
ZX Gaming.
That's not Simo that I know, is it?
How many
Like,
Simos do you know?
That's not Simo Rimo, is it, by any chance? If he replies to that. 'Cause if it is, I know who he is.
Simo Rumo. Shall we turn to the weekly esports gaming roundup for the week?
We shall indeed.
Keegs, take it away.
Okay, So I wouldn't really call this a roundup. This is more of I only watch CS. So it's going to be mostly about CS. We had San Jose on the past couple of days. The CSGO major. It also had a LoL major.
Lol.
Brownie, you get on this as well. You watch this shit.
Yeah, it was pretty boring. I mean, yes, esports.
It is Remo. Shit. Okay, I know who that is. Anyway, I will say right now, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched any of the VODs or anything for this, because I'm going to talk about the games and who won.
I should really have a spoiler thing, shouldn't I?
You should.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it quite loud now and giving them time to get this shit together that I'm about to spoil.
You know what you
for
should get?
San Jose.
What?
You shouldn't
Just
call
a
it
massive,
shit.
like, Japanese car spoiler. Just put it on there. Like a massive car spoiler.
Just a big, just a big
Picture.
spoiler.
Just a catch-up.
People
Spoiler
will
alert.
get the message, aren't they?
Hang on. Let me do a Google image search.
Go and find one.
Holy
The biggest-
shit! That's
While he's looking for a spoiler, let me talk about a spoiler. So we had the San Jose major on the week. Was it start on the weekend? Yeah, it must have, because it's what is it now? Monday. Yeah, it must start on the weekend. It was actually in in Americas this time, in San Jose, as I said. I don't know where that is because I'm not from America. The big team
San
showed up.
Jose is in California, I want to say.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Watch the American viewers just go, oh my god, you fucking uneducated prick.
How
Like-
the fuck don't you know about that?
Yes. Don't you know geography, man? No, geography's not my strong point. Moving on.
But yes, anyway, it was fairly big major. Had some of the top teams there, apart from Fnatic. Well, actually, it didn't really have top teams. I think, but it didn't have Nip or Fnatic there.
Or envious.
Or envious. It was mostly just American teams versus. I think the only Europeans were TSM, Navi. Who
VP.
else is there, bro? VP. Over there.
G2. Game is
What
2.
are they? They
Ex
Dutch or
Kingwood.
something? Ah, okay. Yeah, it was a pretty epic fight. Liquid did really, really well. They were looking like they're on their way to the grand final. The North American team, Liquid, they came out of the gate swinging, destroyed Verse Pro, destroyed pretty much everybody under them. Got to Navi in the grand final, and fucked it. They
Choked under pressure.
I don't even think they choked under pressure. To be honest, I think it was the map veto, because they, like, for those who don't know, at the start of every match, you veto two maps each or one map each.
You
veto-
veto 2 maps and then choose
Yeah.
the map you want.
Yeah, so you veto 2 maps and you pick one map, and so each team does that, and then it ends up in a pool. So you get one choice from each team, and then whatever's left is the third map if it goes to the third round. For some fucking reason, Liquid decided to keep in Cobblestone, which is
Wait, are you saying Liquid made it to the finals? Because they didn't.
wait, who was in the finals? Liquid-
TSM and.
Oh, that's
mean-
right. TSM beat Liquid, didn't they? Only just though. It was a very tight game by the
Navi beat Liquid.
last round. Navi beat Liquid. TSM made it. Who did they play? Because I missed that side of it because I was watching the other.
Who did TSM beat to get to the final?
Yeah, I can't because I actually wasn't watching their ones. I was watching
beat
the other
G2.
ones. G2. Oh yeah, fuck G2. Nobody cares about them.
I do.
Sorry. It was TSM that made the mistake because they decided to keep in Stone as a map, which is one of Navi's best maps, because they have Guardian, who's a ridiculous AWPer. That pretty much lost it for them because it was a pretty close first game, but then it came to Cobblestone, they just got wrecked completely. It was a really good game. It was a good
Series.
it was a good series up until the semis because they were all pretty close games. Then it came to the grand final. It was very very one-sided and just ruined. But yeah, so look forward to the next major. Navi they've been pretty quiet in the last few majors. They haven't really made it very far. But They certainly proved themselves this time.
But they came second at DreamHack, Colluge or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, but they didn't play very well. Even at the grand, well, it's usually the story when it comes to grand final. The last game is usually one-sided. Oh, I will say, what was the other one that was on? Was it iBuy Cup?
Buyback Power and the IGN tournament.
Good job to the Australian team Renegades, who made it all the way to the grand final. They lost, but they made it all the way up there. They certainly proved themselves after getting wrecked in the last bloody tournament they played in. So, yes, go Renegades. And who ended up winning? C9. C9 ended up winning that. They were kind of cheap, though, because they played all the way to the end, and it was meant to be a best of 5 in the very last, like in the grand final. But because the game went on, or because the whole tournament went on for so long, C9 were getting a plane to go and play in San Jose finals, like 3 hours later than the game had started. So instead of making it a best of 5, they made it a best of 3 and gave C9 a map advantage. They already had one win. So Renegades lost the first map and lost the whole tournament, which is kind of annoying. But they still made it all the way up there. So yeah, that's the Counter-Strike weekly roundup, because I don't really watch any other sports.
I've made a spoiler image. Do you want to see it?
Sure, spoiler. Which is probably too late because I've already spoiled.
I know. I figured by the time I actually got this done, it'll be way too late. Hang on, let me go order. Move up, control up. There we go. Control.
I feel like everybody needs to see the one that I sent you, Mark, as well.
What did you send me?
In the WePlay TeamSpeak thingy.
Right. Let me see if I can get this.
For those who do enjoy watching CS:GO games and aren't worried about spoilers and are still listening,
There we go.
Watch the C9 watch the Liquid versus Na'Vi game. Don't worry about the grand final; it was boring. Watch Na'Vi versus Liquid. That was a really good couple of matches.
Cool. I have displayed the spoiler image. It's very exciting. Look, spoiler! Spoiler!
Oh, it's a lovely spoiler.
It's a huge spoiler. 4 huge
The
spoilers.
biggest spoiler you could find, yeah.
Well, it's the fastest one I could find on Google image search, yeah.
Oh, there was also at San Jose, there was also a League of Legends tournament. I didn't watch that because I'm not a big fan of League of Legends. Spoiler again, which is probably still up on the screen.
Wait a minute.
There is
Wait a minute.
the winners of the League of Legends tournament at San Jose were, give you time to mute if you need to, OG.
Oh, goddamn, I didn't put the spoiler up. There we go.
Ah.
Too late now. Who cares? Spoiler! Okay, the spoiler's done.
Anyway,
Can I disband the spoiler image?
you can disband the spoiler image. The spoilers are over.
It's gone. I'll keep it in my arsenal just in case.
Keep it ready.
Yep.
In case.
Just
It might
in
be a
case.
spoiler, a surprise spoiler.
There might be a surprise spoiler
Awesome.
coming up. Okay, is that our weekly esports roundup all done?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, Star Citizen's FPS is coming within weeks. I think it's just an update for Star Citizen to enable FPS in this. So, if you've got a Star Citizen account, login, license, whatever that is the Star Citizen people have, soon you'll be able to run around in first person and parkour and shoot each other and generally be dicks. So, that'll be fun for you.
They come out in modules. That's how it works. Like they have the dogfighting module, they have the open world module thing. Now they're bringing in the FPS module, which is now when I'm probably going to buy into it because I've been waiting for the FPS module. Because
Okay.
if I don't like the FPS, I'm probably not going to play the game.
Do they have a like a trial that you can jump on and see whether you actually like it before you pay your money?
I'm sure you can find one. I mean, I think you can pay really cheap entries just to try the just whatever the freemium that it is at the moment.
Cool.
But to get into the actual game, you have to buy a package which includes a ship and insurance and stuff like that.
So this is coming out over the next couple of weeks and includes 8 new missions, 20 new random encounters, like an arena for PvP play, There's, I think, an extra 12 to 16 playable ships, or maybe just 12 to 16 in total. 3 new space stations, 9 repair and refueling locations, and a gas giant called Crusader. I think it also is including a party system, so you can buddy up with your friends, player healing, and a mission manager. So I watched a video from probably about a few months ago, at a recent convention that they did an expo at, and it actually looks fairly polished. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be a little bit clunky and a little bit crap, but it actually looks reasonably polished. I'm impressed. I mean, given the amount of money that they have, I'm not surprised.
That's why it's out now.
Yeah, so
that's why it's out now, because the FPS was originally meant to come out like a couple of months ago, but they said, look, it's not where we want it. We're not putting it out until we're happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
So they kept it off for another, it's been like 3 months now or something.
I think it's the right way to do it, rather than just pushing it out because they need the money, like every other business would do.
Well, they don't really need the money. The problem is that because it was a Kickstarter, they have to meet certain goals, otherwise people are going to start rioting.
Mm.
Because they've already had issues with Jarek Smart pulling them on, not using their money correctly and not fucking being whatever community and reaching their goals and all that other shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, the Derek Smart's a cunt, but he's kind of right in the fact that they need to show they're making progress at the right time. Otherwise, people are going to start saying, "Look, we invested in this. Why aren't you showing us what you must be showing us?"
Yep.
So you got that balance of, this is what we're meant to be showing, but we want this to be the best it can be, but we're still under a time limit.
Mm-hmm. YouTube's making changes to their copyright system. Keeks, would you like to lead on this one?
Correct, they are. Well, they're not making changes yet. They've started a small group of people who are in, I guess you'd kind of call it it's not really beta, it's sort of a step forward with their policies, mostly because of the DCMA claims against game reviewers and stuff like that. Because it's always been a grey area when it comes to games and YouTube, where if you're technically, we're not allowed to anybody is not allowed to show a game on YouTube. You're not meant to be showing game footage.
Depends.
But it's a very, very...
It depends. No, it does, because there's a no.
It's called freedom of so they have the fuck, I forgot the name. Yeah, that's probably what you were going to say though. Completely forgot what the name is. It's not freedom of speech, it's something else.
No, I demand I can speak about whatever I like and show whatever I like on the YouTubes.
Fair use. Fair use is the word that everybody uses.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, fair use does not cover just gameplay.
No, that's true.
Fair use is when you're playing a game and you're saying it has to be educational or helpful or anything like that. You can't just play a game for entertainment. Technically,
yes, you are. I mean, yes, people you are correct there. But people like Total Biscuit and Jim Sterling and people who do reviews of games are protected under the fair use doctrine, because they're providing a review. Even though they get paid for it, they are providing a review, essentially a service, not just an entertainment. So PewDiePie would not be covered under this sort of thing. People like Jim Sterling and Total Biscuit and Dodger and people like that who actually do proper reviews would be covered. So
criticism
is fine. Parody is also fine. If you take, I mean, where is the line there? I mean, if you take the piss out of a video or out of a game, is that covered under parody?
I guess it has to. Yeah, well, a parody would have to be taking the example of the game and turning it into something that's not. I guess, because I can kind of understand what it means, because if you're just say you're playing Game of Thrones game and you're just playing through it, that is basically the same as copying a movie, and somebody's watching it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just putting it up for free. You're saying, "Here's the game."
Yep.
Watch me play through it, and I can understand that side of it because that's not really fair use. You are literally just putting up the game,
Mm-hmm.
which and that's why playthrough or let's plays are always very grey area.
Yeah.
Because that's all it is. This is the game. It's like, and that's why people watch it a lot of times because, hey, I don't really want to buy this, but I'd like to see what it's about. So I'm just going to watch something else.
The problem
Like
with
saying, hey, I don't want to pay money to go to the cinema, so I'm just going to download this movie and watch it.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with that example, and in fact, that particular example that you have, the Telltale games, the problem with Telltale games is that they're extremely linear. They give the illusion of choice, but essentially, you're just being told a story. It's been argued in the past that Telltale games, you could get the same amount of enjoyment and entertainment out of watching someone play as opposed to playing yourself, simply because there's so little choice. I mean, they're damn good games, but they are essentially stories. So in your particular example, it holds more weight because yes, there's very little between you playing a Telltale game and you watching someone playing a Telltale game, as opposed to you watching something like somebody play Overwatch or a new game like Fallout 4, for example, where it's a kind of not a choose your own adventure, but it's an open world game where you can go anywhere and do anything. So everybody's playthrough is going to be completely different, or not completely different, but everyone's playthrough is going to be largely different.
Yeah, but then how much of a grey area is it if you're playing the storyline?
Well, that's a new issue, isn't it? But then the problem with
if somebody puts people who put up the Fallout 4, especially lately, I've seen everybody says no spoilers because they're playing side missions.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody's like playing Fallout 4 playthrough, like is that copyright because you're playing the storyline?
I don't think it is because there's an inherent difference between games, like playing a game, and watching a movie. Because watching a movie, you're basically being told a story too, whereas with a game, it's interactive, and you can essentially choose your own adventure. And the entertainment comes from playing it, not from watching it, I think, in most cases.
Oh, well, then why do so many people watch people play games?
Well, I thought about that, and let's take PewDiePie, for example. Most of his entertainment value comes not from the game that he's playing, but his reaction.
Personality, that's different.
Yeah, I mean, most people come from listening to the personalities.
That's a different style, though, because that is a personality style. Like, I don't really watch his stuff.
Neither do I.
Not his games, anyway. I watch his outside of game stuff, like his more interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I watch a lot of Cry's games because he just plays through games that I'd never play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've watched all of the Game of Thrones through him. I've watched him play all the way through the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd never bother playing it, but I want to know what it's about, and I really enjoyed it because it was like watching an episode. Watching a TV series?
Does he heavily edit his videos, or are they basically here it is from start to finish?
It depends on the game. If he's playing a game where there's a bit of a grind, he'll skip the grind.
Right.
And then it's usually just a storyline, but like his playthroughs of the Telltale are just unedited all the way through.
Right.
So I watched The Wolf Among Us. I watched him play The Walking Dead, and I watched him play Game of Thrones because I'd never bother because they're not my type of games that I'd actually want to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I am interested in the story, so I just watch him play it.
Well, fair enough. I mean, that's a way of consuming this particular brand of entertainment, but it's not the only way. You can't have a massive umbrella saying nobody can play Let's Plays because some of them will get the same entertainment, or some people won't buy games because they'll get the same entertainment out of watching them as opposed to buying a game and playing it themselves.
Yeah, and then that's when it comes into the grey area of like the latest Battlefront. They didn't even bother including a single player part of it, whereas all the other Battlefields and Battlefronts have had single players.
Yeah.
So is that because like this is slowly I'm not saying that's a reason, but maybe that's slowly destroying single player games because of this thing. Like if YouTube does come out and say, hey, look, we're going to defend anybody who just wants to play games, whether people want to watch it for the storyline or just want to critique it, which I don't think is true. I think YouTube is mostly just protecting people who are critiques. But is that going to affect single player games? Because now people are going to be like, well, I mean, it's probably already happening now anyway, but people are going to be, well, fuck, why would I even bother playing a single player game if I can just watch somebody else play it? Because most single player games are about the story. Otherwise, you'd play multiplayer.
Yeah, but
multiplayer is the
story. I mean, the story's only part of it. I mean, unless you're talking about Telltale games or Telltale-esque games, the story is a part of it. But the game mechanics, the fighting, the shooting, the working out clues and stuff like that is part or a large part of the fun. The story's only part of it, so you can't really say, the story is the be all and end all in a game. Therefore,
I played Battlefield 3 and 4. Right. I never played the single player in Battlefield 3. I played a little bit of Battlefield and a little bit of the single player in Battlefield 4. There was so much shooting or whatever that I got bored that I just watched somebody else do all the storyline part of it just so I could see what the story was about. Because I couldn't be fucked playing it because it was boring because I was shooting at bots where I'd be playing multiplayer the whole time shooting at people.
Yeah.
But like, because the single players were really, really good, I just couldn't be fucked playing them because why do I have to shoot all these bots when I can just watch somebody else do all the storyline and see all the cool parts and I'll just keep playing multiplayer.
Well, in that case, I mean, the developers have really lost nothing because you've already bought the game. It's just a case of whether or not you play it or not.
Yeah, I mean, and that's true. But just saying that, like, that a lot of people, I mean, even Cry, when he's finished his playthroughs, he'll do an abridged version, which is just the storyline, just so you can see exactly what happened without all the crap in between.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. I just, like, I can understand that there's people who want single player and there's people who want multiplayer. There's people who can't be bothered playing single player games and who just want to watch other people. And I think that's slowly growing.
Mm-hmm. I think people
have short attention spans.
Well, yeah, I think there's a growing audience, but only because the number of people in the pool of people playing games is getting larger. So
yeah,
I don't think as a percentage is getting larger.
The pool of games is getting larger.
Well, that's true.
The pool of games is also getting larger. There's so many fucking games now that I don't know what's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll watch somebody else play it just to see, hey, that was really good. I'm glad I didn't pay for it, but that was really good.
Yeah,
because I didn't know anything about it, so I'm like, well, I'll just watch somebody else play it. Then you get into it, it's like, wow, that is really good. I mean, there's some times where I've watched a game going, wow, that's really good, I want to play it. But most of the time, it's just like, that's pretty good. I'm intrigued by the storyline, but I don't want to actually buy it, so I'm just going to watch this guy finish it.
In which case, I think, in that case, Let's Players are performing a valuable service, regardless of whether they're just entertainment or whether they're actually doing critical reviews, because it's kind of like downloading a demo, because you're getting a taste of what it's like, and you can make an informed decision as to whether or not you actually want to buy it. So rather than buying a game, let's say on Steam, and then trying it and going, oh, this is crap, getting my money back, you just cut out all that crap and then just go, oh, this looks like fun, I'm going to play it.
Yeah, I guess
buy
so. But let's face it, betas are the new demos.
What's that? Oh, betas, yeah.
Yeah, betas are the new demos. There's no demos anymore, it's just betas.
Yeah, I mean, I use demo very loosely. I use demo to include early access, beta, pre-alpha, whatever the hell they call it nowadays.
Unless it's on a disc, it's not a demo.
Well, I think what we could say about this is that there's no one brush you can paint all the people who do Let's Plays with, or people who produce content on YouTube with. It's more nuanced than that. So you can't say everyone should be able to broadcast Let's Plays because of this. It's an individual choice. It's an individual circumstance.
What I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is that I just need to hold up a piece of paper at the end with a 10 written on it, or a 7. and then we're all good.
Yeah, yeah, you can't hold a 7 because a 7 out of 10 is meh. That's 7 out of 10 IGN is just a meh.
Reviewed, done.
If any reviewer says 7 out of 10, that means they didn't. Well, that means they didn't hate it. They didn't like it.
It's the middle of the road score. You get a 7 out of 10. It could go either way.
I'm gonna go with 70 out of 100.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
When it comes to fractions, that's the same rule.
I kind of feel like 5 out of 10 is the And the
No,
servers
5 out of
can't
10
probably
is
play it.
this game's not good enough to buy. Very much the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah,
Like
I
3
agree
is
with you.
this is extremely broken.
Yeah, 5 out of 10 is a game that you should buy on sale.
I wouldn't even
I
buy
feel
it.
like
I
we
don't think I'd
need
even buy it
to,
at sale.
I think we need to review our review system.
It's been that way ever since the beginning of PC gaming reviews. So
IGN broke it.
I don't think you could lay the blame squarely on IGN. This is
No,
happening long
IGN
before
IGN broke it.
it's happening long before IGN.
Ask any game critic. IGN is the reason. IGN broke it.
How long
Seven
has IGN
out
been
of 10
around?
IGN.
7 out of 10 is the... If 7
Too
out of
long,
10
and
is
they
the...
broke the system.
It only leaves you 3 for a awesome game. That's no good.
So people say 10 out of 10 IGN means they paid for it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying IGN haven't got a really shitty rating system, but I'm just saying I don't think they were the first.
No,
How-
they're the
how
ones that
about
broke it. I didn't say they were first. I just said they're the ones that broke it.
Okay.
How about 11 out of 15?
Nope.
I'd probably buy that.
No. we're getting into dangerous territory now. Rose says she bought Rocket League due to seeing us play it. Probably seeing you play it, Keegs, your angry Australian rant guy. Was it angry?
Well, that wouldn't make anyone want to play it. Make people run away from it, surely.
I bet
People,
Reese would give it a 7 out of 10.
people blacklist me from their server, rather.
Luckily, they can't hear you when you play.
Mm.
All right, what's
No,
next?
I could probably find the all talk button. It'll be there somewhere.
I've actually muted him. I have realised that I think the first day that I bought it, I muted it.
Mm.
So like I can talk on TeamSpeak, but I can't hear anyone else, and I can't talk to anyone else, and that suits me fine. Thank you very much.
They're playing CS casual.
So, I'm trying to think of a segue. No, Valve is changing Steam the way Steam does sales. So the basic.
Segue, Mark. It was great.
What's that?
It was a fantastic segue. I like
Yeah,
it.
it was a non-segue.
Yeah.
So Steam sales have traditionally been. There's usually been a period of a couple of weeks where they go, oh, this is the Steam sale period, and then they'll have the hot sales or the what do they call the sales that only last like 8 hours or 12 hours. I can't remember what they're called. But the hot, they're called hot something to do with heat.
I can't remember either.
Whatever it was called.
Weren't they the ones that they voted on and stuff? Users had to vote on what was on sale.
It just pops up in front of me and I say, nope, Gabe, I'm keeping my goddamn money, and then sit on my wallet.
Gabe, please stop.
No,
Gabe,
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 okay.
no.
Please. So, yeah, they're not doing the hot sales or the sales that only last a short period of time. So basically, they'll have the same 24 to 48 hour sales, but they'll have the same. It'll be the same price throughout that time. And
I found with the last ones anyway, with those, because the last big sale of the summer sale, was that last or winter sale? Whatever.
I have no idea.
Well, they had that monster game. I got addicted to
Yes.
that monster game. It
I
got me
reckon-
nowhere. It helped me nothing, but it was fun.
What was the sale that they did with the gems or the orbs or whatever they were?
Oh, that was a waste of fucking time. That was. I got rid of so many fucking cards for no reason. I've still got gems. I can't do anything with them.
Like herpes, you'll never get rid of them now.
Yeah, I'll never get rid of those fucking gems. They're with
You
me
know,
forever.
we were talking about those stupid gems things in the Christmas podcast that we did last year, almost a year ago.
Yeah.
So
Well, there you go. That's when it was.
That's what it was,
It
yeah,
was
it was
over
a
a
year
year
ago.
ago.
yeah,
It was probably the last. It was probably the last holiday sale.
yeah, that's probably right. Yep.
Anyway,
So yeah, they're changing the way they do it. There are no more hot sales, or I can't figure out what the fuck they're called. I did have it
I can't remember either.
highlighted. Whatever the short term sales were called, they'll just be the standard discounted price for the full 24 to 48 hours, however long it goes for.
they were kind of pointless anyway because you'd have those sales where it's like, oh yeah, Game of Want's on sale. I'm like, well, I can't be bothered buying it now. And then a couple of days later, it'd be on sale again anyway. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
It's like if you miss a sale, it's never that big a deal. There's always a sale next week.
You ready for the sales brownie? You quiet, man?
No, because I have no money, because I'm poor. So
No,
everyone
brownie
else
is not
financed.
excited for sales.
Confirmed, not
That's
excited.
it. Sales are cancelled. Sales are over. Nope, no more sales.
Fuck you, Gavin. Next year.
I will keep my Jew gold and enjoy it.
Ripple, are you going to indulge in Steam sales this year? Or whenever the next sale is? Next week?
Shit, I don't know.
Depends what's
Maybe.
on, I suppose.
I don't
Depends what's on
think there's
sale.
yeah. To be honest, I've never really bought anything from Steam sale. That's kind of like, ooh, a bunch of games I already own are on sale.
Well, that is part of the problem
Kinda-
going forwards, isn't it?
Kinda
The only
make some money for
sales,
Christmas.
the only sales I really jump on are the ones where they sell like a back catalogue of a bunch of games all by the same developer, and I'll go, oh, I want to get all the LucasArts games for example, and just buying an entire back catalogue for like $10 or $15. That's pretty much the only Steam sale I think.
How many games do you have?
In my
Who
Steam
owns the most games
thingamajigger? I don't think it's me.
Now, I'll
This is turning into
tell you from the last sale, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I think it's in your profile
Has it cut them
somewhere.
into
11
different categories?
games still in my inventory.
Really?
Oh, in your
Yeah.
inventory.
Yeah.
I have.
Unplayed.
I'll go to your Steam profile and go to your actual profile. It tells you on the right. I got 179.
Ooh.
Is that games all up or just?
Yes, that's in total, I think.
Yeah,
I've
it
only got
just says
68.
games.
I'll have to buy one more.
Ooh.
How many you got, Brownie?
Wait, what?
How many games do you have in your Steam,
your Steam library?
In your Steam library.
My Steam library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
172.
If you go,
172.
Yes.
I'm currently the winner. Keegs, how many have you got? You must have more than me, surely.
235.
Damn it!
What you're saying is
How
I
many
enjoy video games.
how many have I played? 10.
Games currently installed? 2.
One
Yeah.
CS:GO.
Yeah, CSGO. Yeah, just CSGO. Fuck all the other games, they're all shit. And because the only other games I play are on Origin anyway.
Do you have Origin installed on your computer?
Yeah.
I can't talk to you right now. I feel myself getting dirtier by the second.
That's
I
gonna
spent
make for
like 4 years
podcast.
playing Battlefield.
I
3
suppose you
and
got Battlefield, yeah, fair enough. Fair
4.
enough.
Now I have Battlefront.
Battlefront. I actually don't have Origin installed. I don't have any EA games.
Oh, you missed
I
out.
uninstalled it after the fucking SimCity debacle. I was like, fuck this shit, flip the table over, uninstalled shit. I had enough.
To be honest, you probably could have gone to their support and got your money back, because I will give Origin their support is really, really good.
Yes, and it's far better than Steam's. They did give me a free game, which I
Steam's
played.
alright now, but yeah.
Yeah, they did give me a free game, which I actually played more than SimCity.
What was the game?
I actually don't remember. I think we played it, didn't we?
Was
Hey?
Mass Effect 3 is what it was.
Was it the
Alright,
multiplayer for
yeah,
Mass
that's
Effect 3?
Oh yeah, there was. It was a fantastic game.
Yeah, even Narelle
And
played
you're
it.
right, because we both got it for free and we both played the shit out of it.
Yeah, we played it flat out for like a week.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
that's right.
That's not too bad then.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
'Cause
Yeah, I guess I got my money's
I
worth.
think
there.
I actually finished the single player and we actually played multiplayer for like a week. It's great.
Mm. Well, Narelle,
Mass Effect's pretty good. 'Cause
my partner wanted to have a game, like a multiplayer game together, and we were like, well, I've got this installed, and I think I was actually managed to log in onto my login on Origin on her machine, fire it up, and then
Yeah.
close it down and fire it up on my machine, and we both use the
log
same
out, yeah.
the same license. Fuck you, EA. Fuck you.
Messing with your guts.
That's right. I got my money's worth. That's certainly the one I played the longest on Origin.
Yeah.
Rose says, I think Steam sales are a good thing, as by the time larger holiday event sales happen, they're pointless, as people have already generally bought the majority of the games they want. The problem is I have now is that there's no games upcoming that I'm really interested in. I mean, Fallout I was marginally interested in, but I still haven't bought it, so I'll just spend my time playing Rocket League, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the same. There's nothing huge coming out that I want, really.
I'm less excited by games than I
that
used
I
to.
haven't already got.
Like,
I'm
I'm
Overwatch.
I'm not even excited for that.
It just feels like there's nothing good anymore. There's no good games anymore.
It's because there's
Very
nothing. It's because it's such a like high bar now. That's like.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll talk about it later, but Battlefront's one of those where it's like, I got in there, it's like, wow, this looks amazing for the next 3 days. And I'm like, I'm bored already.
Should we skip straight
I
to
guess
Overwatch, since you mentioned it slightly earlier?
Sure, if you like to.
Okay. There's a new upcoming Overwatch beta. So we're skipping from no more Steam flash sales to upcoming Overwatch beta.
post alpha.
Yes, post alpha.
I'm super excited for Overwatch. I have a biased opinion.
Why do you have a biased opinion, Keegs? Tell me
'Cause
why.
I'm super excited for Overwatch and I want to play it really, really bad. I'm drooling already.
Isn't it just like TF2
I'm
essentially?
super annoyed that I didn't get into it. No, it just... Fuck you. No, it is not.
You EA installing
Everybody
Origin.
says it, just like...
Fucking motherfucker.
It's not even it's not even Origin. It's BattleNet. It's a
I
completely
know.
different service.
I know.
Jesus. There's another one.
Yeah, well, BattleNet's not great either.
Yeah.
But...
Look,
Yeah.
Blizzard have a good record for games. You can't.
Yeah, I
fault
can't
them on that.
deny it. I mean,
they do
Blizzard games
good
are
They've made one
fine.
game.
What? They've made heaps of games.
They made fuck loads of games.
They've made WoW. That's about it.
Well,
They
and
made WoW, Diablo 1, 2, and 3. They've made StarCraft
1 and 2.
and 2 expansions.
only a couple of the most popular games of all time.
Well, yeah. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
they've got
I'm not a-
Hearthstone, which is still the most popular game. You shush. Get back in your corner, Evel. Hearthstone.
Mute him quickly.
Yeah, I know Hearthstone.
So the
Get out of this channel.
the newsworthy part of this news item is that Overwatch tweeted out that all accounts have been flagged for the upcoming beta test weekend.
I'm going to
People-
check mine right now.
People took that to mean that all the accounts essentially on the Blizzard Battle.net service could play Overwatch, but that's not quite true. What happened was all accounts that were selected to participate in the beta test weekend have been flagged. So basically, if you said via Battle.net that you wanted to play in the beta, you got in. There was no picking process. So I'm not that interested in it, but it's not really my cup of tea. But I know Keegs
It's
is
going to be fucking amazing.
Keegs is excited.
What is the game, Keith?
Slightly
Please
excited.
tell me about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
break it
okay.
down.
What do you do?
So,
Sell me.
alright, here we
Sell
go.
it to me.
Here we go. We're ready? Alright, so
I'm ready.
for people who have played TF2, this is probably where the market is going to be in the intern. Like, people who play TF2 are going to be looking at this game going, hey, it's a lot like TF2 because it's got the same visual style and it's got some of the same game modes. We got payload where you push the cart or your typical point capture. The difference is that this becomes, it's a 6v6 class based like TF2, except TF2 I think it's 9v9 or something if you want to play all the classes. However, Overwatch has 21 different characters and it is mostly based on team chemistry. Changes it to sort of like a mix between TF2 and a mix between a MOBA, where it is very strongly based about you being able to change your team chemistry to counteract the enemy chemistry. So you have characters that are like twitch shooters for the people who play FPSs a lot, like Counter-Strike or COD and stuff like that. You've got your healers and things like that who are just support characters. You've got your engineers, and then you've got your tanks from people who play a lot of like WoW sort of games, like MMOs. It just sort of caters to a lot of people that can easily be introduced to this game and understand, like, hey, that's sort of my character. This is how I play previous games, and can easily pick that up, then slowly move into other things. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's just a very well balanced, interesting style game that runs all about team chemistry, which is going to make it really, really interesting. It's basically the predecessor to TF2, because TF2's been out for like 10 years now. It's still quite popular.
Well, in that case, it's not the predecessor to TF2. It's the
Sorry, not predecessor. It's the
postdecessor.
Predecessor.
postdecessor.
You can't half tell that Ripple and I are brothers, can you?
Can't tell that I'm drunk.
So if you were to
Anyway,
if you were to compare this
It's gonna be
game,
amazing.
if you were to compare this game to another game, what would you compare it to? What is it most
It's
like?
as if Dota bent TF2 over and fisted it, and then something came out.
It's a bit graphic, isn't it?
Could be. I'm sure there's R34 for. There's already R34 for Overwatch. That's how popular it is already.
If there's no nip slips, I might be disappointed.
Yeah. So look, Overwatch came as a birth child from, I can't remember. I think it was Guardian or something along those lines, which was meant to be the next MMO after WoW that Blizzard were making.
Mm-hmm.
But they actually it might have even been called Destiny. It was something along those lines. But yeah, that was meant to be. They've been working on it for about 10 years. Seriously, they've been working on it about 10 years, and it was meant to be this big new MMO with all these things involved into it. But things changed. They sort of got behind in the tech. They got behind in the generations, and they just went, fuck it. So they split it up, and Overwatch was part of the original game that they've now just brought out as its own IP. And this is what it is now, and it looks really, really good. I've watched a lot of videos. I haven't had a chance to play it. I'm really annoyed about that, but it looks really, really good. As a fan of TF2, but I'm not a fan of MOBAs, but I'm a big fan of TF2. This looks great because it can cater to people who play FPSs, but it can also cater to people who play MOBAs.
One of the characters is a monkey wearing armor.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's a support class. He doesn't do much damage, but he can put up a really large shield and run into people. And his whole thing behind him, Winston is his name. The whole thing behind him is that he's meant to disrupt the other team, so he can put up a big shield, run, and he can use his ultimate, which is another thing about that ties into MOBAs, is that every character has a primary weapon. They have a couple of special abilities, and they have a ultimate, which is something from MOBAs, where when you sort of get enough like energy built up and do enough damage, you get to unlock your ultimate. Winston's ultimate is to go into like a rage, and he runs around hitting people. It doesn't do much damage, but it just throws them around to sort of distort the enemy team.
That's the kind of character I like. Go around and fuck shit up.
Yeah,
Just
well,
go and
that's
mess
it.
up
And
people's
like,
day.
yeah, you don't even have to kill anybody, but your whole strategy as that character is to go and just disrupt the enemy's line, so that the people who can actually like kill people can run in and shoot them while they're disrupted. And and that's what's good about Overwatch, is that it plays on that real team-based strategy, but also team chemistry. So you can easily get into the game from whatever you've played originally and sort of understand how things work and play it. But if you want to get really, really good at it, or to continue diving into it, it has a lot of layers of complexity about chemistry and tactics and stuff like that you unlock as you get better. And I think that is going to make this a really good esport game if it takes off. I mean, if they make it a weird thing where you've got to pay for characters or pay for maps, it's going to fuck the whole thing. But if they it's already a pretty expensive buy into it, because it's about $80 or something, which is most expensive. It's the most expensive Blizzard game I've ever seen. I mean, even Diablo is only like 60 or something. But yeah, no, it looks promising though, and I'm excited to play or get a chance to play the beta, because if it is really good, then I will buy it. Because I haven't had the chance, I was a bit like, I don't know yet. I really want to play it because it looks really cool, but I don't want to buy into it if I'm not sure. Yeah.
Cool. $80 is a bit rich though.
Yeah.
As a person who does
But
not
it depends
play,
how much support comes on it.
that's true. As a person who does not play TF2 or MOBAs, and looking at these screenshots, it's boring me to tears. I will not be spending 80 of my hard-earned dollars on this game. I won't even be downloading the demo.
You play Armour, I don't expect much.
Yes. I look at this and go, this looks like a kid's game. It's a game for children. It's all bright colours and flashy effects, and it's just like, what am I, 12? No. No, I won't be playing Overwatch.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to play it, then I cast those versions, but yeah, I won't be playing it.
And that probably will turn people away, is that it does look quite over the top. But the underlying things of the game is what makes it
the mechanics and the gameplay.
There's a huge amount of, there's a lot of complexity within the game. Just having that many characters, like 21 characters, which is what makes it like a MOBA, is just incredible. That you need to kind of know all of those characters and what they do to be able to counter what the other team's characters are doing.
Yep.
And like TF2, you can switch out characters during the game, whereas MOBAs you have to lock them in before you play. So it's going to make it a very dynamic and interesting game to see people switching out and counteracting strats and stuff.
Yeah, like if you're getting wrecked by like 4 of the same character, or just like raping down a hallway or something, you can switch out to a character who's a tank and could do area effect damage or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Like if you got a heavy tank team that is just pushing with a couple of tanks just to block out and because it's payload as well. Like if you got a few tanks just holding that source and pushing it forward, and then you've got no way of getting behind them, then you've got to try and find something that is anti-tank, get in there, get rid of those, and then that way you can stop the cart. Whereas, makes it really intricate. But then you've got hugely popular esport games like Counter-Strike where everybody's the same. Like there isn't any class-based intricacies. There's just pretty much the same guns every round, the same people, mostly the same strategies, but that's still such a huge thing. So I think that if this does well and doesn't fuck up it's the way that it's going to pay, or the way that people are going to have to pay for it, like as long as they don't make it locked behind a paywall for maps and characters and stuff like that, this could be up there with Counter-Strike. TF2 was quite a popular esports game quite a while ago now. It's not so much anymore. This could be one of the features, because it's mixing MOBA with FPS. They're going to get people from each genre going, hey, shit, yeah, I want to watch that.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. Let us know how you go with it, Keegs.
I will.
Perhaps in the next podcast.
If I like it that much, yeah, that's right. I'm just I'll just give up all of my. Well, it won't be on Steam. But if I do get into it, I'm just gonna give up the rest of my YouTube stuff. I'm just gonna be solely Overwatch.
This is Keeg's Overwatch channel.
Yeah, welcome to Overwatch. Maybe a little bit of CS:GO in between.
So, speaking of Blizzard, they filed a lawsuit against a team behind a series of bots called Buddy, which allow users to cheat at games such as Heroes of the Storm, Diablo 2, and World of Warcraft. So the bots are essentially taking them to court, saying that the company has stolen their code, and there's going to be a court battle, which Blizzard are probably going to lose, because they're going to court in Germany, not in the US, and they've taken people to court for this sort of thing before, and then they've lost. So that's the TLDR there. Should we move on? We've got some more Batman Arkham Knight bashing.
Ah, yes. You got Total back on.
Did he finish it in the end?
Wasn't Arkham...
He's very close, apparently. Is that what you said, Brady? He talked to you the other day.
Yeah, he's very close. He's got to beat the Riddler. And he also got them.
He was playing the last boss during our podcast, our last podcast.
Yeah, he was fighting the Scarecrow, but then there's also the Riddler. Oh,
okay. So, there's 2 bits of news for Arkham Knight, which is odd considering it's already out and it still has issues. So, the first problem is that the developers have abandoned all hope of getting SLI/Crossfire support for Arkham Knight. So if you run cards in SLI or Crossfire, don't even bother. You'll be running them in single card mode for Arkham Knight in the foreseeable future. In fact, for the future, they've basically said no, we're not going to do it. So that's fun.
So wasn't Arkham Knight out like 2 years ago?
No, Arkham Knight was released 4 months ago, 5 months ago, something like that.
Okay. Were we talking about it like a year ago?
We were talking about it impending release, probably. Where's Keeks on?
He's gone for a
whiz.
Break.
Yeah, so they're basically banning SLI Crossfire support, which is kind of odd because usually that's something you nail down before you release your game, not afterwards.
You'd think that in the engine to begin with, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. You would have thought so. I don't know if it doesn't like the multi GPU support doesn't work at all, or whether it's just not optimized. So who
Is it
knows?
the one that came from PS4 and they brought it over and nothing worked and was all bad? Was that the one?
No, they didn't bring it over from PS4, but they made it at the same time as they made the PS4 game, and it's basically just a bad port essentially. It's just a really
Right, okay.
shit. They did a really shitty job, and so they've abandoned Crossfire support, and added to that,
And
their current
number 2.
their Steam review, number 2, their Steam reviews are getting flagged as pre-release again. So within the Steam ecosystem, you can mark reviews as being reviews for pre-release builds of the game that you're reviewing. So what they've actually done is gone through and flagged them as pre-release reviews, even though they've been written as as recently as a couple of days ago. So I mean, this has been released now for at least 2 weeks, because we were talking about this last week. Probably more like 4 weeks. So I don't know what's going on there. Like, the thing is, they're not. It's not like they've just flagged the bad ones. They've flagged pretty much not all of them, but just like randomly flagged some of them. So I don't know if someone at the developer team is sitting there with the flagging button going, this one, that'll do. Lunchtime.
Oh, shit one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Arkham Knight. Yeah. I don't know.
Who makes bullshit?
Oh, you're asking me the hard questions. I don't bloody know.
Batman.
Who makes Batman? Keeks.
I love the Bat-Dad.
Batman.
Yes, they're
Who
hilarious.
makes
Batman.
Batman? It's
Batman.
Warner Brothers. That's the producer.
They're the producer, but they're not the developer. Well, the thing is, there's the developer, there's the people who ported it, and then there's Warner Brothers who just publisher. So, who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who's knows?
indeed.
Who's knows?
Hang on. Here we go. Developer is Rocksteady Studios.
Rocksteady Studios, yeah. And so there's a different.
Manufacturer is the Warner Brothers.
Who do you know who ported it?
Publishers Interactive Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
Designed by Ian Boll.
Damn you, Ian. Get your finger out.
Yeah,
Pull your finger
Metacritic
out.
is- Metacritic says 4.5 out of 5, and Steam says 6 out of 10, which is nearly a 7 out of 10.
It's almost worth buying on sale, Keeks.
That's right. Hey, wait. What does IGN say? I better look up IGN. Yeah.
So what we're saying is it's almost.
IGN say 9.2. Amazing. Wow, IGN lying.
Isn't
That's
IGN the
not
one
a
that gives
console.
stupidly high scores for every fucking thing?
Yeah, because I get paid to.
Exactly. So 9.2 sounds about right.
Yes, 7s out of 10s.
Yeah, that's right. Warner Brothers got a lot of money.
9.2 is the new 7 out of 10. Right, let's move on. NVIDIA. So NVIDIA have several different flavors of drivers when you go to download them. There's the standard NVIDIA drivers that come, like when you go to the NVIDIA website and go, I want a driver. You can get the standard drivers. You can get the standard drivers through Windows Update, which I think are the same drivers but usually a couple of months behind. And then there is the NVIDIA's Game Ready drivers, which are drivers specifically tailored to specific games. So, for example, Fallout 4 would have a NVIDIA Game Ready driver, and they usually release it a couple of days before the game's release. It's basically optimized for a particular game to get the most frames out of it. So what's going to happen in December sometime is that if you want one of these Game Ready drivers, you will have to download the NVIDIA GeForce Experience program and also register with NVIDIA with an email account and a password. So that'll be fun.
Who doesn't want a GeForce experience?
I have it installed, but I think I have it installed. I think I actually installed it this morning. Now let me have a look. Yes, I have it installed.
Ooh, you
It's running in the
fancy one.
background right now.
I have it installed, but I have a Radeon.
Why do you have it? What? Why?
Why
Why
would you do
not?
such a thing?
I want to be up with the kids.
I'm cool, dude. I'm still
I
cool.
want to be cool.
Brownie, do you have GeForce Experience installed?
That is a negative.
Do you have an AMD card?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, go Brady, high five. Hang on, wait. Instant high five.
I don't know that Brownie's allowed in next time.
Keegs, that was
Dude, Brownie's.
that was a self high five if ever I heard one.
No,
It's an instant high
totally
five.
high-fived. Totally high fived. My hand
right.
is sore and how we high fived.
Yeah, it was a pretty. It was a bro fist.
Oh dear. Yeah, so this registration / GeForce game experience bullshit is only for if you have Keys is dying in the background. It's only for
I'm sorry.
if you want the game ready drivers. The standard drivers you can still download without any of the included bullshit. That's it for the headlines for this week. Keegs,
Headlines.
all the headlines. Keegs, what shall we go to next? Is it the PayDay 2 developer news bullshit? As a rhetorical question,
sure.
that's what we're going to.
Oh,
More
yeah,
PayDay
right.
2 developer news. Keegs, take it away.
I haven't played Payday 2 in a long time, but I do know what's going on.
I haven't played
'Cause I
PayDay 2
think
either
we,
for ages.
I think we.
I
think we
uninstalled it the other
Actually, so did I.
day.
Freed up heap of space on my
It
SSD.
kept, that's right, it gave me like a 5 gig update, and I was like, fuck off.
No, thank you, sir.
Piss
Do
off with your
you know that? Do you know what that 5 gig update was? It was adding cases that you need to drill open that you have to pay for, and then removing them again.
Great.
Yeah.
That's why I had to
So-
download it like 15 times, and then I gave up and
Yeah.
necked myself.
I think we actually talked about it the other.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Extensively, yes.
So I agree
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. Yes, because they brought in these stupid safes or basically cases that you have to
Yeah.
buy drills, basically keys to open. And then everybody kicked up a big stink about it, and recently they apologized for it because a lot of
Oh,
their
that's right,
modders
yeah.
left. Their modders left for the same reason. They sort of locked them out and said, no, you can't do this anymore, which is completely against what they originally said they were going to do right at the beginning.
Mhm.
Which is, I'm pretty sure, I'll quickly look this up, but I'm pretty sure the developers are Turtle Rock,
Yes, they are.
which are the same people who made Evolve, which was a massive flop.
Yes, it was.
Have you played it recently, Brownie? I know you play quite a lot of Payday 2.
Used it back in the day. Not anymore.
Have you played it? You haven't played it since all these shitty updates with the cases
I just know
and
that
shit?
the cases gave you skins which made your guns more powerful, which is why everyone was upset
Yeah,
about it.
which why everybody's pissed off, because like fair enough having a skin that makes it look different, like CS:GO, but having something that actually makes your gun better that you have to pay for is a bit.
That and
Yeah.
the constant DLC you have to buy for Payday 2, half
Yeah.
of which is useless.
There's like 80 DLCs for it, and it's all just like a map or a skin or a certain person that gives you a mission or something.
Mm-hmm.
Half of them aren't missions, half of them are just weapons that are pretty terrible compared to the
Yeah.
ones you get from the base game.
But
No, I
then
said
you
it's-
have to have the same DLC as them to play with them, though, don't you?
No.
Or
That's
to
the thing,
play the
that's-
missions.
No, someone else can host them. It's probably the only good thing about
Oh,
That'd be
okay. Oh, that's actually not too bad then, I suppose. So if you've got one friend that's bought them all, you can just use them to play all these new missions.
pretty much.
Nice. I like that. Rort the system.
So the news item here is that I kind of like they basically put out I think a press statement on the Steam community page after the last couple of weeks of the microtransaction bullshit and everyone being really unhappy about it. They put out this press statement which is basically like they basically apologise for people being angry with them, for their moderators going on strike. They apologise for all the stress they'd caused. They admitted their fault, blah 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 blah. But then, after they do all the apologising, they don't actually address the core problem at any point. They never said, "Yeah, we shouldn't have put microtransactions in, but they're in now," or they didn't even say anything. They don't even mention the microtransactions. So they basically go on to talk about how the moderators. They link to the Reddit video. The video that they put in of the moderators. They talk about the DreamHack events, the proof of concept events they're doing, I think, next week. They talk about the $250,000 US prize pool. They talk about doing a website update. but don't mention the fact that people don't like the fact that they put transactions in when they said they were never going to. And that is what people are most pissed about.
Yeah, they blatantly lied to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's I kind of understand, like, I kind of understand what's happened. Like, I understand it from their perspective. They said, no, we're never going to have microtransactions. This is not something that we're interested in, blah, 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 blah. They then, if you go by what they said, they then said, oh, this cost a lot more to produce and to keep going, doing updates for PayDay than we thought. Therefore, we had to introduce microtransactions in order to keep paying the bills. And I was sort of like, I guess this. I mean,
you know what it is.
What?
No, it is. This is them trying to make their money back from the miserable failure that Evolve was.
You reckon that's what it is? Are they not different departments of the company, or are they all just one?
No, it's all
one thing.
Total Rock. It's just that the only difference is that 2K Games took on Evolve, whereas I'm pretty sure PayDay is just basically a mod from Half-Life 2. So it would have just been its own thing off the Half-Life engine. But yeah, I reckon that's what it is, because the amount of money they put into advertising everything, into Evolve and all these DLCs and everything, which they probably should have got the idea that, hey, maybe DLCs don't work because Evolve came out this awesome great thing, and they brought it out and everybody's like, yeah, this game's amazing, and they brought out the DLCs and no, fuck that, and then everybody stopped playing.
Well, that wasn't the problem with Evolve. The problem with Evolve is it was a one-trick pony, and there was no replayability to it. It was like there was four people running around and one big monster thing. And that was
there would have been replayability if you didn't have to pay for the replayability. Because they're like, hey, here's a DLC, here's some extra characters, here's a new monster, here's some new maps. They're all like $5 each. Well, no, fuck that.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm not paying more money for the rest of the game.
Do you think? Well, is it that Evolve flopped and then they tried to bring out a bunch of DLCs, or was Evolve going reasonably well and then they tried to cash in with a bunch of DLCs?
No, but before the game even came out, they said that's how they were going to run it. It was just going to be a DLC package. So they brought out the free beta, everybody played that. It's like, hey, this game's actually pretty good. And then they brought out the game, and it was like $60 just for the game, and then you had to buy all the DLCs. Like, no.
Yeah, it's kind of I mean, Total Rock have been around for a while. I mean, this is not their first rodeo. I thought they would have basically got.
I'm sure they did Left 4 Dead as well, didn't they?
Turtle Rock. I know it's a Valve game. If that helps. But feel free to look it up. Feel free to look it up.
Yeah, look it up now.
Yeah, so basically they put out a statement not addressing any of the actual anybody's concerns. There's basically no mention of the microtransactions or rolling it back or anything like that. So I can see PayDay 2 going away pretty soon.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. They did Counter-Strike, the original. For the Xbox port. The Counter-Strike Condition Zero, which was a flop. Counter-Strike Source, that was alright. They did the Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, which was just Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. Left 4 Dead, they did Left 4 Dead 2. They did Left 4 Dead The Sacrifice. They did Left 4 Dead 2 The Sacrifice. They did Leap Sheep, whatever the fuck that is. And they did Evolve. So everything was Valve, apart from Leap Sheep, which was their own, which was only on iOS and Android. And then Evolve was 2K Games. So to be honest, the only real thing that they've done right was Left 4 Dead.
Right.
And they didn't even do Left 4 Dead 2. They did Left 4 Dead 2 The Passing and Left 4 Dead 2 The Sacrifice. So it was only kind of the add-ons to it.
Yeah, I mean they were basically just extra stories. There's no new models, there's no new textures, there's nothing new in that apart from the voice acting and the story. There's not even any new game modes.
Basically the same as Counter-Strike Condition Zero, which was a single-player Counter-Strike, which nobody fucking played.
They were okay, but there was nothing new or exciting in there. Plus, I don't think we even had to pay for them. They were free, I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm pretty sure they were. Which is what they should have stuck with, because as soon as Evolve came out, it was like,
Right, so Payday 2.
IGN, I'm pretty sure, gave it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what 7 out of 10 means. Yeah.
And then the DLCs came out and they gave it a 3 out of 10. It was like,
Yeah.
meh.
Not even buying on sale.
No.
All our numbers should just have a noise associated.
So I wonder
Yeah.
how much it is now. I'm gonna look it up on Steam and see how much Evolve is now. It's probably still like full price.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's still $60-$70, whatever the full price was.
Even have to search for it. So it doesn't even come up first. Yep, still $60.
Fucking hell.
Let's see what the ratings are. This will be interesting.
1 out of 10 would not buy.
What? Oh, there we go.
I need some elevator music while Keeks is googling.
Boom, boom, boom. It has mixed reviews, funnily enough, which means it's terrible.
Mixed reviews. And the only thing worse than mixed reviews is negative reviews.
It has, holy shit. It has, I'm fucking gonna have to count this. Alright,
There's more reviews than Keeks has fingers. More than 10.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
1,000. 29,000.
29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. It has 35 DLCs,
Bloody hell.
which are all over $5.
Bloody hell.
Just like Payday.
Yep.
I
So
wouldn't.
if I want to buy all of the DLCs, this is just the DLCs, mind you, $225.
That's a news item all in itself.
That's fucking stupid. Who is going to? Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Who's going to spend that much on a game?
On DLCs, you
On
should say,
On
Keeks.
DLC. Yeah, on DLCs. Who's going to spend $225 on DLCs? I mean, I can understand $670 on cases. I mean, that's completely different. But $225 on DLCs.
Keeks has spent thousands of dollars on fucking CS:GO weapon skins.
I'm not quite up to 1,000 yet.
There was no projecting there, Jesus Christ.
A couple $100 under 1,000.
Okay.
But at least CS:GO was only $15. This is like $70, $69.99.
It's a rip off. Is that
That's
US or is
American
that just
too, so-
bloody hell?
Yeah,
that'd be
it's
almost $100 Australian. Fuck.
But hey, wait! If you buy the Evolve PC Monster Race, which is $100 US, you get 1, 2, 3. You get 4 of the 35 DLCs for free.
Oh, wow. 4. That's only an extra $200 you're gonna have to
That's,
spend. $200 US, so about $300 Australian.
Yeah. Or if you buy the digital deluxe version for $70 US, you get 1 of the 35 DLCs for free.
Nope, fuck this shit.
One
So-
of these DLCs is $25. What the fuck? What are you getting there? Okay, for this $25 DLC, you get 1 extra character. Oh no, you get 4 new hunters. You get 1 monster and 5 skins exclusive for each character.
Ooh, exclusive.
Fucking ridiculous. God damn it, Turtle Rock, what are you thinking? Oh,
Yeah.
actually, IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. Fuck you, IGN.
I don't
Machinima.
think
Machinima
Turtle Rock
gave it
can
a
buy
9
their
out of
way
10.
out of this one.
Jesus Christ. Boycott Machinima, boycott IGN, everybody, and Machinima. And Machinima gave it a 9 out of 10 as well.
No, that's not good enough. What if I'd still give it 9 out of 10?
Well, the community certainly haven't. Everything's thumbs down that I can see.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 would. Yeah, again.
Somebody here has played. Okay, so usually I look for the amount of hours played before I believe
A review.
a review. So this guy has given it a thumbs down. He said, I would discourage against playing this game. This game has shifted to a point where new players must play with other bad players to receive a rank. And there's a lot of other shit to it. But this guy has played 975 hours and is still giving it a thumbs down.
Oh my god. It's like, I'm addicted to this game, but I hate it.
But yeah, you shouldn't buy this because it's terrible.
Maybe it's ruined his life. Maybe that's why he hates it.
Yeah.
Well,
With 1,000 hours, I'm
from
not surprised.
from that first sentence, it's telling me that he's sick of playing with noobs.
Yeah. Okay. Are we
Okay,
done
yeah.
bashing Payday? Or does someone else want to get some more hits in?
I think we're done.
I'll take that as an...
Unless
okay.
Brownie's got something lined up.
It's pretty boring.
There you
Shit.
go. Oh.
And-
Whoa, calm down. Shit.
There's some controversial opinion you've got there.
Language,
know.
sir.
I'm pretty edgy with my opinions.
There's a new game coming out called Squad, and it's being released on December the 15th. I know Keegs is extremely keen. I'd say he's even keener for this than he is for Overwatch.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It looks a lot like armor.
I was going to say, it looks... I watched a video of it.
Ready and raring.
I watched Jack Frags play this, and I was like, this looks almost exactly like Arma 3. But it's actually based on the Unreal 4 engine. So it's an online multiplayer first-person shooter that aims to capture combat realism through communication and team play, which is basically what Arma 3 is pretty much doing now. So they make a big deal of this being all about teamwork and getting control of the battlefield, not just running at each other and shooting and calling each other fags on the internet. So I'm
Sounds shit.
Isn't that what the internet's about?
so
I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
Squads.
It got green. Sorry, not green. It got kickstarted. So.
It's actually been greenlit as well.
Okay.
They're moving into not greenlit, early access. They're moving into early access on the 15th of December.
They got $434,805 Canadian dollars. That's like 8 maple leaves and a couple of sticks.
Hello to all our Canadian viewers out there.
Love you. I love maple syrup.
Squad seeks to establish a culture of camaraderie that is unparalleled in competitive multiplayer shooters. This is a game where you work together and coordinate with your team, players from around the world, often that you just met. So I think teamwork is a big thing in this game. From what I've seen, like if you're playing with friends, I could sort of see it working. If you're playing with people you've never met before, I can see this just totally not working.
A bad time.
We're talking about 50 players per side, like 100 players.
This is up to 100 players. I mean, I think most of the time you'll never get 100. You never get 100 people playing. I looked at the graphics. They're not that great. They're basically Arma 3 level or below graphics. I mean, granted, it was from a few months ago. And it
For
was
100 people, you couldn't have amazing graphics, especially on something like Unreal.
I mean, when we play Arma 3, which is not a particularly well-optimized game, in fact, it's a badly optimized game, if you have a lot of people on the server at once, it will tank a lot. And that's just due to the way it's been coded. Like, there's no getting around it. As soon as you have like lots of people on the screen at once, your frame rate will drop into something below 20, regardless of what sort of card you've got. So, at the heart of Squad is our desire to let the player drive gameplay and define the objectives. I don't really know what that means. It sounds like middle management speak to me.
That's what they want you to think.
That's what they want you to think. Let's read the FAQ. Is there anything interesting in there? What is Squad? Squad is an in-development tactical first-person shooter built around teamwork and cooperation. It seeks to bridge the rather large gap between arcade shooter and military sim, and is based in large part on ideas introduced by our predecessor, the Project Reality mod for Battlefield 2.
I like that they call it a kit roll system, which is basically class. They're just saying class.
Yeah.
Be it a machine gunner, a sniper, a grenadier, an APC crewman, helicopter pilot, squad leader, blah blah blah. It's a class system. It's not a kit roll system. It's a class system. Common.
There was information about basically their big push at the moment is that if you've pre-ordered, you'll be able to play. I think on the 15th of December. You can pre-order up until 30th of November, I think. And if you pre-order for like $30, you get, all the pre-order crap, or you can just buy it for, full price for $39 on the 15th of December. So, not really seeing the reason to pre-order because you don't get anything. You don't get anything for it, and yeah, that's it. You don't get anything for it. You basically, if you don't even get the game early, it's just you pay early essentially. Pay now, game later.
Oh, refined machinima filming tools. It's alright, you can make movies in it.
Cool. They've even got different tiers of package. 30, $70. Like Steam Early Access.
Support
game
for tournament
fee.
ladders, both large scale, 50v50 matches like that'll ever happen. We struggled in Battlefield 3 and 4 to get fucking... What did we play? 16v16. That was a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
We once did a 32v32 because we had to conjoin like 4 clans together to do it.
It's
And
not
it
even
was a mess.
getting the clans together is difficult, but getting all the people organised is just like herding monkeys. So
They wanted 3 million to like get the full like everything done. They
how much did they raise?
didn't get him 480 something thousand Canadian.
Wow. What level of tier was that?
1/6 of it. They unlocked. What did they have?
What was their lowest
So
tier?
they
Like what
had-
was their starting?
Low, the starting the goal was 184,000.
Oh, okay, so not very high.
So they about doubled it.
Okay. Fair enough. So look out for that if you're interested in that sort of thing. I don't think I'll maybe have a look at it, but yeah, I can't. I mean, it basically looks like armor. So, want to play armor? I'd go play armor.
Fuck that.
Keegs, that people want to see you suffer playing armor. That's what they want. They want to see Private
I
Allen.
enjoy
They want to see him
watching
saved.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
What else? Okay, well that's it. That's it for our topics for this week. Does anybody in chat have any questions they would like to ask any of us? If so,
Wait, let's talk about games we played.
yes. Yeah, if so, hit us up in chat now. Ask your questions. Doesn't matter what it's about. We'll generally answer whatever. Yeah, so what games have you played this week, Keegs? Or this fortnight?
I played Battlefront.
Mules. Did you play as Vader?
Yeah. I played the beta. and
No,
I
no, no.
liked it.
Play
It's
as
my
Vader.
board game.
Darth Vader.
Oh, as Vader. Yes, I played as Vader. I've also played as Han Solo, Leia, Palpatine, and who's the other one?
Did you
Luke Skywalker.
fly the Falcon around?
I haven't yet because I don't do much flying because that's
Okay.
not my bag of tea. But you can fly the Falcon around.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also fly Vader's TIE fighter or whatever it is around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Anything to report
the visuals are amazing.
from 2 weeks ago? Anything new? Didn't they just do an update or something? Or is that coming?
No, it just came out.
Oh.
So this is the actual game I've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. The visuals are amazing. The game itself is alright. It's alright. I enjoy playing it, but it's not amazing.
Will you buy it?
I've already bought it.
Oh, you've already bought it. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to
So,
buy it
yeah,
again,
just came
kids?
out.
That's what I want to know. Are you going to buy it again?
Yeah, so I'll buy it twice.
Is it good enough
Will
to
I
buy
the
twice?
season- Will I buy the season pass? Maybe. I don't know. It's good for it's only good with friends. It's fucking boring by itself.
Yeah. Have they fixed the
Because
party
there's
system
only-
yet? Like, can you actually join with friends now?
You can now, yeah. It's still a little bit buggy, but it usually works.
Okay.
The problem is there's not many maps, because the most popular game mode is Walker Assault, where you've got two big walkers wander through the map, and you've got to either defend them or attack them
Yeah.
before they get to the end. But there's only 4 maps, so it's kind of
Mm.
But one of the maps is on Endor with the
Can't do
the
Walker
Ewoks
Assault through
and
Endor,
all that.
surely.
yeah. It's just one Walker Assault walking through a designated path.
Oh, right, okay. I was going to
sort
say,
of goes
there's
around the trees and
a
stuff.
lot of trees there.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It's just incredible. You feel like you're in a forest. There's just trees and shit everywhere. Little Ewoks running around throwing shit at you and just
I did
fucking
read
lasers
today.
going everywhere.
I did read today that
Pretty
the Endor map was pretty visually amazing. So
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular. But because there's only 4 maps, you get kind of over it pretty quick.
Mhm. Are they going to release more maps soon?
Yeah, they are. But the problem is that get all the later stuff, you need to have the season pass, which is another $50 on top. It's kind of
There's a lot of money for a game that's quite good and or not,
Yeah, I mean, I might do because like I've always done that with all the Battlefields. But to be honest, I think the Battlefields were better.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun, but it's not as good as the Battlefield games.
Has it got the
It's just
longevity?
not
Do you
as
think?
much- Nah,
No.
no, it's just not enough. There's not enough depth in it.
Yeah.
Like there's no skill curve.
Mm-hmm.
You just fucking see somebody shoot at them and
Yeah.
run towards them. And you
It kind of
shoot more
reminds
of
me a little bit of CS:GO, where it's just like a mad. Well, not even CS:GO. It's more like kind of TF2, where it's just a madhouse where people just charging each other, shooting, dying, charging at each other again, shooting, dying. Third time, maybe you kill somebody. It's like I mean, I love the visuals. I like the idea. I think the execution of it's fairly poor.
Yeah, it's very immersive. Like the sound and everything in it is amazing. Like it's very close to the Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But as a game, like it's kind of like Hardline, where it just doesn't have enough depth to it.
Mm.
Battlefield 3 and 4 had a little bit of depth to it, where there was a bit of a skill curve, there was some strategy to it, there was teamwork. Whereas this is, you don't need teamwork to win. We found like you could just, me and two other people can play and win on that team just by ourselves doing the right things.
Yep.
Whereas with other games it was a bit more. This is more about the experience and the gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is
that's
okay, I guess.
that's what I get from it. It's an experience. It's not a great game. It's a good experience. Like it's immersive.
Yeah.
It's not like gameplay's okay. It's not great.
I'll give it to them that like for a DICE EA game especially, like it works. Everything's fine. Like the game works. Like there's a few, there's your general lag issues and blah blah blah, but everything else works. Like it just works.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas all the other Battlefields have always had fucking game breaking issues that piss you off. Whereas this is just kind of like, yeah, this is pretty fun. It works and it looks really great and it's pretty fun. It's just not like it doesn't want to keep me playing like things like Battlefield or especially CS:GO, where I can always get better at that. Whereas this is just like, well, I'm already like, I'm not blowing my own horn, but I'm already top fragging. I'm already winning every round. Like this is kind of boring now.
Yep. Fair enough. Ripple, what have you played this week?
Oh, Fallout 4.
Fallout 4. How's Fallout 4 been for you?
Oh, very much like Fallout 3.
Are you enjoying it?
I enjoyed it vaguely. It's one of the better games I've played, but it's not amazing.
Yeah. What's the
Yeah,
problem
I've
with
had
it?
the
Like,
same
why is
reaction.
it? What's the issue that's not?
Well, it's basically Fallout 3. If you want to play Fallout 4, go and play Fallout 3.
Right.
Save you some money.
Didn't they add house building
Yeah,
in Fallout 4?
kind of. It's got like, you can build houses and stuff, but it's not that good. You can literally put up walls and do some things, but it's not amazing.
The Rust.
Yeah, kind of.
it's kinda like
It reminded me
Rust,
of Rust when I watched who did I watch play it?
Rob
Robaz.
Az.
Yeah.
Yeah. The story was pretty good. Wasn't amazing either.
How
There's
far
some
through it
pretty
are you?
annoying- I finished it.
Oh, you finished it. Jesus.
Yeah, finished it.
Yeah.
How long did it take me? It took
I've heard
Like
the
30.
heard the story was
Yeah.
pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean it's just go here, do this, go there, do that, go here, do this.
I've also heard that the story was pretty much the same, not the same, but the same ending-ish as Fallout 3. You had the same options, sort of thing. I know what the
Pretty
ending
much,
is, and I know
without
it was
trying to-
pretty close. Yeah,
Without trying to ruin it for everybody, yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of the same.
it was the
was- I
same
got-
sort of. You've either got to do this, or you've got to sacrifice this. Blah blah. Blah.
Yeah. Basically, the game, right at probably the last couple of hours, it splits off into about 4 different ways.
Right.
And
Yes.
You can only play one of those 4 different ways, basically. And
Can't you
that's
save
what
it just
determines
before you
on-
make the decision?
Yeah, you can, but it's like once you've done one, you know what the ending is, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Is that
It's gotta
their
be the
way
same
of
ending.
trying to make it replayable?
Yeah. It's like I'll play it again from the start to make the choice, different choice right at the end.
To be fair, it's one of the longest gameplays I think I've ever played, so it took 37 hours to complete.
40-hour game is pretty standard. That's not bad
Yeah.
for a single player like RPG.
It felt like a long time. Like if I had to start again, I'd be like, oh my god, I have to go through all that again.
Having said that, I mean, it's still $100 and something Australian. It's still $110, $112. I mean, yes, you can get it other places, but I basically look at the Steam as the golden standard for how much a game costs. And if it's to be honest, if it's more than $60, I'm probably not going to pay for it.
If I was gonna, I'd spend $60 on it or $70 or how much I'd pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd spend that again, but I wouldn't spend the 110.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rose said the Fallout 4 base building is based on a mod from Fallout 3.
Oh, really? Like basically all you can do is put up walls and put down containers, and that's it.
I watched Rob Az kill a bunch of people, drag their corpses into a back room, and then start chopping it up in a butchery.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Actually, that is one thing that is cool is the graphics when you blow someone's head off. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The particle effects.
Yeah. Oh, it just explodes. It's awesome. Yeah, out of 10.
Yeah,
okay.
7 out of 10.
7
IGN.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Standard IGN score. Alrighty, Brownie, what have you been playing this week?
Counter-Strike and GTA.
Oh, you played GTA. You've been playing online?
Yeah, online.
Okay. Have you been doing have you get the Halloween stuff?
No, it's too expensive.
Well, don't you get it for free if it's don't you unlock it through some part of the online?
Oh, there's like masks you can buy and cards you can buy, which are all way too much for me.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Too spooky.
I did.
It was very spooky for me, mate.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, we talked about GTA last week and the cars and the masks and stuff you can unlock, but cool. Fair enough. We did you already, didn't we, Keeks? I guess it must be my turn.
I played Battlefront.
What have I been playing this week? I had Steam up, and now it's gone. Damn you,
Battlefront,
Steam!
7 out of 10 IGN.
So I've been playing the regular Rocket League, which I play every fucking week. Although I think I probably played less Rocket League in the last 2 weeks than I have since I bought it. I don't know if I'm starting to I've been quite busy. I was sick for a while as well, which made it difficult to play. But I'm still keeping up with it. I still do probably, on average, I'm still doing 2 or 3 hours a day. So, usual Arma 3 a couple of times a week with Shaka Tactical, and I also today fired up Space Engineers and live streamed it for about 4 hours, which was quite successful. People seemed to like it. I know Rose was there, along with a bunch of other people. We had a bunch of people watching all day, so it was fun. I built 3 ships.
We had a crack at that the other day.
Did you? How did you find it?
Multiplayer didn't work.
It was pretty good. I think the problem was that I played it by myself, and it was kind of hard because I kept getting attacked by things.
Yeah, I noticed that. I did a quick start, and I just kept on getting attacked by things, but they weren't doing an awful lot. I mean, I was playing creative mode. I wasn't playing survival.
Okay. Yep.
But the things kept on coming over and shooting my stuff, and it was pissing me off. So in the end, I charged up at it with the jetpack and just ran a grinder straight into it, which dealt with it in fairly short order.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you
I quite enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to watch my video of what happened today, I shall put it up there. Go and check it out on my channel if you're watching this post stream. So yeah, we had good fun. I actually really enjoyed it today. I like just building shit. It was fun. It was also good to have chat there to tell me all the shit I was doing wrong. So it was good.
Chat are good for that, aren't they?
Yeah, it's I had one guy who was I think he had a little bit of OCD. He's like, no, it's not aligned properly. I'm like, what's not aligned properly? And I go back and oh yeah, it's off by a block. So yeah, it was good fun. So that's about it for what I've been playing this week. Well, Alex says he was at work while I live streamed. Well, luckily it's on YouTube for you to go and watch at your leisure.
There's a VOD or video on demand ready for you.
All ready for you, and I've given you the link.
Unfortunately, not available on VHS.
All right. I think that's about it for what we've been playing this week. Anybody else have anything else that they want to talk about or discuss, or anything we've missed?
I think we've covered all the bases, I believe.
I do believe so. Brownie?
He's been talking too much.
I know, I can't get it shut up.
Yes.
What are you doing, Brownie? It sounds like you're doing something else.
Oh yeah, just realised that Digimon Try has started airing. So yeah, I should be watching that.
Oh yeah.
Fair
Brandon
enough.
loves his animes.
Shut up.
Hang on, what's started airing?
Digimon Try.
What's it called?
Watch Digimon, the first season.
Oh, Digimon. No.
Digimon.
No.
Jesus.
It's them all grown up.
I watch a lot of anime. That Digimon's not one of them. Okay, cool. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up there then. Thanks very much to Brownie for filling in for special guest speaker guy this week.
Taking up all our airtime. Yeah.
Thanks very much to Keegs for once again doing all the hard work. I'd lie. He did fuck all.
Drinking.
He drunk.
I just drink and
He
shut
got
up.
drunk and showed up. He does the first announcement bit and then just drinks for the rest of the podcast. Thanks very much for Ripple.
I've run out of drinks, so we need to end this.
Thanks very much for Ripple for joining us again this week. And we shall see you all. Now, are we going to be doing a podcast in 2 weeks? I think that's correct, isn't it? On now. Next podcast may or may not be on a Sunday morning for us, which will be a Saturday night for people in the US, and for the European people, who knows, sometime in the middle of the night, I'm guessing. So,
whatever crazy world clocks you guys use.
Yes. Basically, there's two places in the world. There's Australia and the US, and there's some stuff in the middle, but that we don't. There's no clocks for those. So sorry, everyone.
It'll be 11. It'll be 13 hours prior to what we're doing now. Wait, no, it'll be more than that. It'll be 24 plus 13. So that's like 37 hours prior to what we're doing now.
Yeah, so you need to go back in time 37 hours.
Yeah.
I looked at the date in 2 weeks' time and it said 7. I was really hoping it was the 7th or the 10th.
Why?
7 out of 10 idea.
6 out of 10.
Sadly, it'll be 6 out of 10.
Would not buy.
There was that moment where I was like, oh, it's the 7th. Oh, no.
But it'll be 5 out of 10 for the US.
Yes. Okay. Thanks very much for watching, everybody.
Worse.
Thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you all in around about 2 weeks. Say good night.
Bye, everyone. Good night.